Right now I'm training for an Ironman triathlon, so usually outside of work is just triathlon training kind of takes up most of my time.
I'm obsessed with do-it-yourself projects.
I love the Midwest. I love home. Indiana basketball is one of my top favorite things in the world.
So I was a New York City teaching fellow right out of college and taught for 3 years in a middle school, 6th through 8th grade math, and then did an administrative role for half a year. And when I did that, I shared an office with Blue Engine. And so at that point I was outside the classroom, but I saw the dynamic work that was happening, like the collaboration every day in the office talking about students. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is what I've been missing in teaching, is that I want a team to think critically about what's happening with my students, both academically, but also emotionally, socially, like what's going on, so that you can really target what students need.
Site director role is crucial in whether or not a school is successful.
I tend to think of the role of site director in 3 buckets. The first bucket is owning the relationships with our school partners.
Be just really open and honest with the experience, because it really is a shift from what a teacher is expected to do in a sense, right? Or what they're used to having to do. It's sort of managing a group of adults in addition to preparing for a classroom. And Jesse's always been really open about that perspective and the fact that it's different work than what a teacher might be used to.
I meet with our administration, our principal, I would say at least two times more during a day, just to ensure that like what she's seen in the classroom is the same thing that I'm seeing in the classroom, and the feedback that she's giving to the leads, then I can give the same feedback to those betas so that the entire classroom is working on the same thing together.
So I have 3 assistant principals, and I see Kate almost as my 4th assistant principal.
The second major bucket is coaching and developing our betas.
And helping them develop the strong relationships with both their students, but also with teachers who are part of Blue Engine, but also the school community at large.
And then the third bucket is supporting our schools with all of the data analysis that comes along with the partnership, from supporting like assessment cycles to the daily and weekly leading indicator data that we track, and rolling it up and being able to share that out in a format that is useful to our leads and our admin and our betas.
And so I feel like I do a lot of different things on those different levels to ensure that my school and Blue Engine are a true partnership, and we're all moving together in the same direction, like for student achievement.
That's awesome. And what's your blue one?
College ready. I got over 75.
Ultimately, success is if we have, record numbers of students hitting college-ready levels in math and in ELA.
Also looking at, do our teachers feel satisfied with our work? Do they feel highly supported? Does administration see the value add in bringing in Blue Engine? And then also I really want to see my betas grow as individuals, but also as instructors in the classroom.
My relationship with Kate Callahan, the principal here, is everything. Her and I are in constant communication every single day. If I send her an email, she responds immediately. If I ask for her time, she gives it to me without hesitation, and I do the same for her. We do co-observations around the school together.
If you are not sort of on the same page as your site director, then it's just not going to work.
At the beginning of the year, I spent time with Greg, our principal, and Meg, our assistant principal, just making sure we were on the same page with our vision for what the partnership would look like, how things would operate, as well as what success looked like at the end of the year. So we went through a goal-setting process.
We end up having joint conversations about like what the data collected shows us about our students and how we can make smart, actionable goals based on that.
And what we generally found was that leads and betas set goals that were even more ambitious than what Greg, Meg, and I were aiming for. So in the end, we knew that they were driving towards really, really ambitious results for their students.
She's not just like a manager or someone telling them what to do. And I think actually, that was one of the things that won me over.
I would say colleague more than anything. Like it's not another boss. It never has felt like that.
Our lead teachers, they give me a lot of very open and honest feedback, which I really appreciate, because I think if we weren't able to communicate openly and honestly, I would never be able to figure out how I need to coach my betas or adjust some of the things that we're doing.
Jesse was always really patient, and sometimes just being reflective with me and trying to figure out where my stumbling was, but also where we could improve Blue Engine to meet the needs of the students in the school.
Partner is really how I work with lead teachers, and supporting them in pedagogy and supporting them in how do I work with betas and how do I manage a team of adults to then manage my 30 students in a classroom. So it's definitely building a partnership.
What I say to people about Blue Engine is that the most important person is your site director.
Hi, Belinda.
So Kate Fagan was our site director for the last 2 years, and she was the glue that held Blue Engine together at BLA 2.
I feel that she sees something in me that can grow to be something really, really powerful, and I feel like she really is making her duty and her responsibility to like bring that out of me professionally.
We have that sort of trusting relationship. We are in constant communication the same way I am with my other assistant principals. She comes into my office whenever she needs anything. All the time. I email her and say, can you stop by? And she shows up 5 seconds later. It's really, yeah.
I feel ultimately responsible, and I want to have my hand in every single pot around this school, and I want to be seen as like a trusted member of this entire community. And if that's the glue, then I'll be it.